moving to Japan!
See you guys soon!
See you guys soon!
Video is all the reasons why we're moving to Japan.
Right. So 今日はね、皆さんがすごく気になっていらっしゃる移住の理由を説明していきたいと思います。かなり長くなると思うんですが Yeah, actually so many reasons that we cannot, you know, put into one, but...
Right, but the number one thing we agreed on...
So we have a three, right?
Right, we have three major reasons that we really want to hone in on. But the number one we both really agreed on was family.
Yes, family.
The feeling of safety in Japan.
Yeah.
Anywhere you go, whatever you're doing, and having small children, growing up in a way that they can feel safe. And with safety, other parts, like there's very little violent crime. There's less drugs. I don't know if any drugs, but culture of Japan, the kids learning the language, knowing where they come from, that's super important. And then we talked about, oh, maybe in the future we could retire in Japan. And then obviously we're like, well, why not now? What if we never know tomorrow will bring?
Right.
Like when
that's maybe like a last reason.
Yeah. So like, like not last reason, but the last reason that we thought about and we made a decision, right?
Right. You know, we're considering moving to Japan like after retirement. Then if you think that way, then why not now? Because when we are young, we can still travel along.
Yeah.
And the kids are young, then kids get experiences. If we do that later, I mean, we kind of thought like now or never. Kids are still young and we can move right now.
Right.
But if not right now, then probably after kids are graduating or something. Because we don't want to move during teenager.
Right.
That's what we thought.
I want to go all over Japan, like I said.
Yeah.
I don't want to, what if in like 20 years we go to Japan, but I cannot walk very well? It's so hard, right?
Or yeah, maybe we cannot drive or we cannot do a lot of stuff, right? Yeah.
So I don't want to like push it off to the end and like, well, I'll get there someday. I thought this is a great opportunity.
Yeah.
We live only once. That's this reason is like, you only have one life. Not to go crazy, but we're international marriage. What a great opportunity, I thought.
That's the opportunity you got, and I already got opportunity to live in America because of I met you, and you know, I mean, I was here before I met you, but
and also I never really thought I never did, oh, I want to marry a Japanese girl. I just fell in love, and then she showed me Japan, and I was like, wow, this is like obviously amazing, and it's good and bad.
But yeah,
good and bad. But I wanted to experience like waking up every day in Japan, living that life, because I feel like I also did the same thing in California. I grew up in Northern California, and I went to Southern California. It's like, why not? I want to. When I die, I want to say I lived in Los Angeles. I lived in San Diego. I lived in this area. I didn't like just stand by. And Japan's part of that list now.
Right.
Like, yeah, what a great life.
Right.
Right? I lived in Japan. I didn't just retire there and just, you know, but I got to live a life, raise kids in Japan, really experience the full Japanese experience and go on another adventure.
Right. So I think from the first reason, it's same thing, like, you know, think about like family and like if we don't live, I mean, we are kind of considering like moving to Japan, like in the beginning, should we do it? Like, you know, like not serious.
Right.
And if you're thinking in your mind, like you're curious to love, right? But you never know unless you moved. So you have to experience it. Otherwise, you will keep thinking about what if we move? What if we live in Japan? What, you know?
Yeah.
Like same thing like before I moved to America, like I always wanted to live, but also scared, you know, you never know what life would be. But once you get experiences, then you accomplish same thing. Like then you know, okay, I experienced it. I love Japan, or it might be the opposite. We'll never know. But
also, I feel like since you're from Japan, I could never go myself, and just that's too big of a leap for me personally. To just go, oh, one day. Some people do that. Good for them. Like that's hard, but I have heard this, you know, take me with you and show me everything and help me ease into everything. Her family, so that helped me really be like, okay, I'm okay with this. I don't want to regret it in my life.
Yeah, the same thing. Like
Yeah.
me too.
Right.
That's why I started thinking about like from after grandma passed, like, am I okay to live here forever? You know,
Right.
I was so happy to live
Yeah.
here. I love here, but after thinking about like, am I okay next 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, am I
Yeah.
do I live here forever? Like, is it okay? You know? And I'm like, I felt a little bit regretted that
Me too.
I'm not there. I'm not in Japan, you know?
I felt like I lived in the state my whole life, and it's like if I didn't do it now and kids got to 8 or 9 years old, I would have to wait till they're 18, 20 years old. And then I feel like, oh, am I abandoning my kids? Because they're let's say they're in college here. Am I leaving my daughter? Bye.
Yeah.
Then it'd probably be like 5 more. So that's 25 years long to go.
Yeah.
Then like by that time, like, well, I'm already stuck here. Not stuck, but I already have stuck in my ways here. I'm not gonna go to Japan.
And it will be harder.
Really hard.
Like even think about it. Right now, it's hard
Yeah.
to move to other country.
Right.
Even for us, like 40 years old,
Right.
you know, 30s, and it's hard. But think about like if you go through that after like 40 years living in America and
All
then
your
moving
stuff and your
40,
friends.
like after 40 years not living in Japan, like even I'm Japanese, not
Right.
living, it would be tough to move back
Right.
to Japan, I thought.
Yeah.
And I was like, we are still young. We are more flexible to adjust lifestyle. So yeah, the kids are super young, so they can adjust too.
Yeah.
That's why we're like, why not right now?
Yeah, and I mean, there's other reasons too that help with this thing. Like, for example, like you mentioned the health insurance or the health care. It's something that you don't have to think about in Japan. You pay a little bit.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, that's peace of mind for me.
I know, insurance.
To know my kids are taken care of.
Oh,
right?
insurance crazy in America. Maybe people know, but
It's just a different
so
system.
expensive.
Yeah.
And you think about like when you get older,
Right.
like all the medical bills crazy.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
medical bill, and if you go to the senior care home,
Oh, true.
so expensive.
So, like, yeah, it's just a different. America has a different model for that, right? Where you have to save up millions of dollars to retire. It's like, okay, that's a long way to go, right?
It just makes us concerned that are we okay to living like this? You know, like know, it's just like we have to think about the future. Of course, we are thinking about right now to present, but we also have to think about future too. I also thought about because every year in the summer we go to Japan, right?
Right.
Only summer once a year, and summer is tough in Japan.
Right.
That's the only time we can get experience it. That's kind of sad. I want to see the spring, fall, cold winter, snow. I want to experience so many beautiful seasons. I mean, as you get older, I feel like seasons are nice.
That's such a big reason.
Yeah.
I was like, so in California, it really doesn't, the weather doesn't change much where you live.
Right.
So if you come in the summer, it's almost the same as spring or fall. Just a little bit cooler or warmer.
Nothing changed.
Winter a little more rainy, but in Japan, it's like, oh, I get to experience spring and understand like the season of you know, the cherry blossoms coming. Oh, and I actually get to wear a jacket and dress. Japanese people dress so nice.
Yeah.
It's a different.
I know.
Like California's like over it. You wear shorts and t-shirt 90% of the time, maybe jeans once in a while.
Yeah.
I really want to dress more like, ooh, look at this jacket and these pants. And
it's more fun.
It's fun.
It's fashionable. Only summer, then because of school, we cannot miss the school.
Right.
And it's tough. It's getting tougher and tougher, right? When the kid's getting older.
Yeah. So when I say, hey Luke, do you want to go to Japan? He says, oh, it's so hot, Dad.
I know.
That's his mind. Is just it's hot. It's hot, Dad. Yeah. Like not in December.
I know.
He's like, oh, what do you mean? Because he's only been there in the summer.
Yeah.
Literally.
He's been.
So we chose Japan as our home base, right? Where we want to raise our kids. Right. We want to raise a family. We want we want to experience all of Japan's positives and the negatives. We understand. But also we have that escape to California when we need to go back, right? So I'm really excited that the whole package, right? It's all kind of bundled up to like,
Yeah.
this makes me really excited about
Yeah.
my future.
Right. That's what I felt when I moved to America from Japan. Like,
Right.
well, I miss my family. Like, I get to experience
Right.
a lot of stuff, right? And I was not afraid. I was so excited. The same thing. Like,
Right.
it would happen. Like, and now it's opposite.
Right.
You
Oh, I'm
experience.
so excited. I guess like, oh man, what do I say?
So I think we should ask you guys what places we should visit. You know, a lot of places I'm sure we should go a lot of places, but
a big part of it too was I realized we went to Kyoto. I think it was last year. And
2 years ago, yeah.
Wow, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
And so we went to Kyoto, and I was like, wow, life is really more about experiences than like buying something that you just put on a shelf or whatever, right? I finally like, oh wow, I get it. Like that's why people travel and they want to see different things. I felt so like, oh, this is what I want to do, right?
So you want to see more Japan.
Yeah.
Like you wanted to see a lot of places
Yeah.
more. That's what you said. I remember, like I want to go other places too,
Yeah.
but we don't have the time.
Right.
So now we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you said, we're looking for more place to visit.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have like a fun pull a thing out of a hat and just go there. Something fun like that. What do you think?
Like a game?
In the future? Yeah. Here's all the places that we can go.
Oh, I would love to do
and,
that.
and maybe it's not a
That's fun.
maybe it's not like a week-long trip, but
Yeah.
maybe a weekend or something.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
We just like pick it, then
Maybe.
like a lottery.
I think what I want to do is get a big map of Japan and pin like been there,
Oh, that's fun too.
pin, and like
Yeah.
have a memory, and
Right.
then not and slowly over time try and experience all the differences of Japan. It's not just a one-sided dimensional country. It's many different dimensions, right? Like
We could do like in America too, like when we
Totally.
are here in the summer.
Right.
Like we've been there.
so I've been to a lot of places, so I think you're right. I think
Like well, kids never
Yeah.
actually been,
yeah. So
you
that
know, many places.
yeah.
So that'd be
Totally.
nice.
Totally.
And they're old enough. That's nice. That's the good
true.
part right now. They are finally
Can sit
so
in the car
easy.
6 hours.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
easy to travel with. So that's why we're kind of like, okay, we can travel in Japan and in the US too.
Right,
Road
right.
trip in the US we can do.
Yeah.
That'd be really fun.
Yeah. I don't know. Are those enough reasons? Everybody satisfied with all those reasons?
I don't know if you have more questions. Let me know.
And
but
maybe we're missing something too. Maybe we're like we didn't think about something. Let me know.
Maybe we forgot to tell you guys, but we'll share more. if
No.
we
Maybe
have.
they know other things that we're not thinking about of why Japan is not great or good, or what should we look out for.
Oh.
Like what other things are like? Oh, I didn't think about that.
Oh.
I mean, I'm coming regardless.
No matter what we
But good to know
but-
if you think, oh, watch out for this.
Oh yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
people say that. Even my parents say
Yeah.
that. A lot of you know, it changed because it's been 15 years since I left. You know, I was 22, I was young, and it changed. I know Japan changes, and also the economy, everything getting expensive in Japan. The people told me that too. But that's everywhere, right?
Right.
Everywhere in the world, like it changed. So yeah, we see.
Yeah.
We just accept it and like just enjoy that the way we can, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, those are like the major reasons why we kind of decided. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
we're missing one, which is the amazing food in Japan.
Oh yeah, obviously.
But that's like a no-brainer. No.
We don't need to make a video about it.
Right.
Because everyone knows food is matter. Even living here, like I
Yeah.
crave Japanese food
Right.
all the time.
Right.
As you get older, it's more healthy food, please, you know. But yeah, but let us know if you have more questions. We would love to answer maybe more,
Yeah.
making some Q&A video more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe more video about Carter coming up too, and right, like
Yeah.
more new experiences.
Be nice
So-
to me. Be gentle.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like you have to.
But I'm pretty happy to share from my perspective as a brand new person to Japan, like what I'm going through and how I feel and what I love and what I need help with, right?
Right.
Maybe some people in the States can resonate with me, and you people in Japan can tell me like, try this, try that.
Maybe they can help
Yeah.
you or help us.
Yeah.
Me too. Like raising kids. I never experienced being mother in Japan. Like,
Right.
raising
Full
kids
time.
in Japan. It's a lot of learning like
Right.
for us. So
Yeah, so stay subscribed. Check out Instagram.
Yeah.
I think there'll be more coming soon. We have lots of ideas of cool stuff. We're excited to share everything.
yeah,
So
so excited. So then, I'm sorry this video probably is so long. We talk
Right.
a lot about because we wanted to tell all the details, but probably we separate couple videos
Yeah.
and yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. So thanks for watching, everybody. See you
See you
in the
next
next
time.
video. Bye.
bye.